got a patrol coming. Jeez, he's flying down here. Far out. Jesus Christ. Far out. Patrol drivers, what's up with them, eh? Today we've got a really exciting thing happening, and Elsie's getting suspension, and she's getting it done properly by professionals. So I'll tell you a bit of the background or the story of Elsie and suspension. She'll go straight. So when I bought Elsie, she had the stock leaves on. As far as I could tell, they were the stock leaves, or it might have been a 2-inch lift. I'm not 100% sure, but they were old. They were old leaves, old shackles, old bushes. They were pretty flogged. And the suspension, the actual the shocks on it, were old Munro gas shocks, and yeah, I think they were probably not too much newer than the car is. And yeah, they were an old bit of gear, and man, were they rough, especially when Elsie was empty when we were driving across Australia. So after we got them, we'd done the soft resto, we actually took a couple of leaves out because it was just too firm, it was too many leaves. But then we did the build out, and then it was not enough leaves in it, so it was kind of just all skew width. And then we had some old 60 series shocks in it to replace the Munro gas shocks that were a bit softer, but still, they were an old shock, obviously. They were from a 60 series. So then we really needed to get something sorted quickly, and we didn't really have much time because we were heading to the Flinders, and I really wanted some suspension. So I just dropped it off at a place in Tumut, and I just said, oh look, can you throw something in quickly? Anyway, they said, oh, we can get some rear leaves in, and we can put some cheap shocks in for you, cheap Ironman shocks. So they threw some heavy duty leaves in the back, put the shocks in, and it helped, but it's never been great. People have always commented, oh geez, Elsie's sagging, in the rear. She actually sags on the driver's side quite a bit because a lot of the weight that I've got in the build out is on the driver's side. Now, if you're building a car, I definitely suggest trying to get your weight sorted evenly, which is actually something I've done recently in Elsie. I've just tried to sort the weight out a bit more. I've moved the tent up top. I've changed the max tracks around, so they're up top and up front rather than on the side. And I've tried to sort out the inside a bit. But at the end of the day, the way I've done it is what it is, and it's definitely heavier to one side. Anyways, fast forward a little while, and I actually got the steering done at Pedders. So we got a steering dampener put in, and we got new steering relay and new tie rod ends. And it made a huge difference to the car. We just did the Simpson Desert, and it was fantastic. Anyway, so after the success of that, got chatting with Pedders, and they said, look, we're really keen to do something in Elsie and show you what we can do. So after the success of the steering dampener and steering, I said, yep, let's go for it. And that's what I'm doing now. We're going to go drop it off at Pedders, and they're going to set it up properly for the weight. Now, there's a lot of companies that do offer, your 2-inch lifts and your suspension 440 series. But at the end of the day, it's just out of a catalogue. It's the 2-inch lift, they'll throw it on, and that's it. And you just sort of hope that it works out. Whereas what I'm doing with Pedders is I'm dropping it off, and they are setting it up for the weight and how it's just distributed. So they're going to have they're going to have more leaves on one side in the rear, which is fantastic. So it's just going to sort it out. So I'm really keen just to see how it sits. So I think the thing to take away from it is that Pedders will set the suspension up individually for your vehicle's needs. So, and what you do with it, is it a work vehicle? Is it a work ute? Do you tow with it? Is it a tourer? Do you four-wheel drive? Do you not four-wheel drive? I think that's the main difference. I think that's what sets them apart. And yeah, really, really keen to see what they're going to do. Yeti mugs. Coffee's hot. Man, Yeti mugs are good. And the one-stone armrests here. Man, it's such a good combo in the 40. Just having cup holders. We're actually going to get a few other things sorted out with Elsie today at Pedders. As you know, or if you've been watching, we went to Fraser Island recently, and the car had issues. One of them was I was getting a noise from the front drive shaft, and upon closer inspection, there was play in the front drive shaft, and I think the bearings and the uni joints are a bit flogged out. something's wrong with the grease nipple. It's not greasing up properly. So the good thing is Pedders can check that out as well. Because I used to just associate Pedders with suspension, but pretty much anything underneath the car, they can help you out with. You know, so that's brakes, drive shafts, suspension obviously. But they do brake boosters for 70 series, brake lines, disc upgrades for the rear of new cars, D-Maxes, things like that. They can do a drum to disc upgrade if you're towing a lot, you know, that's something like that's great. So yeah, if you need anything done underneath your car, steering, brakes, suspension, check them out, drop in, and they know what they're talking about. They've got locations all over Australia, which is another big plus actually for us while we're traveling. You know, if we ever need parts, we never need help, if we ever need help, they're just everywhere, which is fantastic. Just picked the cruiser up from Pedders here in Mackay. Suspension's been done and it already feels so good. Just that first pump, oh. Oh, it doesn't roll around like a pig in the mud. First corner, it already just, man, what a difference. Just gonna do a U-turn. Oh, steering feels lighter. I don't know why, but I miss that gutter. I'm actually at a loss for words. It might seem like a dramatic, you know, over-dramatised, but genuinely the difference is that big. That is unreal. Oh, it feels so good. Man, I wish I got this done sooner, before I'd done the Simpson Desert, before I've done 40,000 Ks in this thing all around Australia. All right, so a lot of differences. So new front drive shaft for one. So that's fantastic that that's been fixed, because yeah, that was going to cause me grief down the track when, you know, forward driving somewhere and that goes, and I needed it to get out, but so that's great. New shocks, new springs all round. Now it's got a couple of extra leaves in the rear driver's side. That's because I've got so much more weight over that side, it needed it to even it out. New shackles, new bushes. Yeah, it just feels fantastic. It feels so good.
Since we have had the suspension done at Pedders, we've done almost 20,000 Ks from one end of Australia to the other, all kinds of terrain. I was a bit worried it wouldn't flex as well with the larger leaf packs in the rear, but as you can see, it articulates very, very well. It is also much better in corners and on corrugated roads. Safe to say I'm very happy with the end result, and it truly has changed the car.
Just want to say a massive thanks, not only to Pedders, I do really appreciate it. It's really good when a company just sort of backs you and has faith in you, so really appreciate that. And no, can't wait to give this gear a good run and just tell people about the difference. I'm really excited about that. But also Pedders here in Mackay, Mick, manager. And he was so good, eh? Really easy bloke to work, you know, just to talk to, and he was just couldn't help you enough. So Mick, if you're watching, mate, really, really appreciate it. You've really helped us out.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you do want to see the gear in action, join our vlogs, which are out weekly, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.